is it going again? There we go. I hate my PC. Hello everyone, sorry for the technical difficulties, it's just my PC being garbage. This is very nice. I am gonna say, this hasn't happened a while in qualifying. It usually happens during the race. I'm actually surprised. I don't even know why it crashed. Give me just a second to get back into the lobby. Like, I think the last time it actually crashed during a stream was like a year ago. It has been a while. I think it's just trying to tell me that I need to go study because I have a test tomorrow, which is very, very important. I'm already shaking thinking of it. But of course I'm not gonna miss out on a commentary for the finale. Okay, we are very nearly back, just a moment. And there we go, we should be back. I'm gonna check audio levels again, hopefully nothing changed with my settings. If it did, I am not gonna be happy. Also, well, something has happened while I was gone. A disqualification. I wonder why. As we actually came back just in time for the final runs. I'm happy. Let me just check the volume levels. Okay, everything's working as it should. At least something's working as it should. Okay, let's see who's the first guy to do the final run. It is going to be I Am the One. That almost rhymes. Maybe it actually does. I don't know. Let's see how he does going into turn 1. Oh, actually, Callum Leons is now on provisional pole with a 121.4. That is a pretty big gap to the guys behind. 4/10 to N4 in the McLaren. Nearly exactly 4/10. So let's see what Aston Martin of I'm the One can deliver on this. 1,000th improvement in Sector 1. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's still an improvement. He will gladly take that, because if he improves by like 5,000 in both the final sectors, he's gonna be good to get P4. So it's not really that bad of a shot. But he goes into turn 10, I think that is, turn 11 it might be. He nearly invalidated. 1/10 improvement, exit in sector 2. Flat out in sector 3, very nice little lift. Like what I like to do on that corner where he lifted before, you just shift to 6th and you don't need to lift off, and you're fine. You just have to lift off for turn 15 and you're gonna be golden. As he is just about to cross the finish line, as the checkered flag has been waved. 10,000 improvement, and what did I say? That he was actually gonna improve like that. And what's even better, Maestro goes into the pit lane, so he does not improve. Busen crosses the finish line, 122.0, just nearly gets behind of Mitch Snape in P6, so that's pretty unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo. But speaking of Mitch Snape, he goes into the pit lane. He is not going to improve. Let's see who else might. N4 is on a pretty mighty lap, nearly 2/10 improvement. That's not gonna be good enough for pole, but that is gonna bring him in front of his teammate, which of course he might want, but he unfortunately invalidates. He is not gonna get P2 in the end, but I think he will stay in P3, which is still a pretty good qualifying position for the McLaren, because that is going to be on the outside line. He can avoid the carnage better, as his teammate Fatnek goes into the pit lane, as Callum Lyons improves even more with his pole position with a 121.3, 3/10 faster than Fatnek in P2. Pretty impressive, I might add. Not too bad, but what's even more impressive, 7/10 separating, or actually 8/10 separating the top 9, while some people haven't set lap time, which are MCL, the Green Racer, and Bouncier. I really don't know why, or why Bouncier was disqualified. Probably just box blocking, or pit blocking, or something like that. But of course, I might know if I go to the race director. And I'm not gonna go to the race director. My PC hates me and the game hates me, that's nice. Very good. But yeah, pole position is set by Callum Lyons in the Alpine with a 121.3, and right behind him is Fatnik in the McLaren. They are going to start on the first row of the grid. The second row is shared by N4 and Dark Wizard. Third row, I'm the One and Maestro. Fourth row, Mitch, Snape and Bucent. Fifth row, Turek and MCL. And the final row, being the sixth row, P11, the Green Racer, and P12, Bouncier, who was disqualified. And we are going to see now why. Wrong direction! Was he trying to do like a reverse lap of Qatar? Actually, I haven't tried a reverse lap in Qatar yet. That actually might not be a bad idea. Maybe the reverse layout feels better than the forward layout. That's actually not a bad idea. I am impressed by Bucent. He was trying to experiment. I like that. I like that. Very good. I mean, of course, you cannot do that in league race, but can't fault him for trying. He was testing out the rules and the settings of the lobby to see if they are correct, and it seems they are. So very good on this part. Very, very good on this part. He's just wanting to confirm everything. But yeah, we are just waiting for our drivers to set the strategy and the field settings, and we are going to go underway for the race. So the pole position and all of the odd numbers are on the outside lines, so they are going to have an easier job of securing the position and not crashing into anyone. But their problem is that... Actually, no. It's not really a problem. It's mainly the problem of the inside guys that have a dirty track. So they are gonna have some marbles on their tires going into turn 1. So they really are gonna have to be very careful of avoiding any crashes happening into turn 1. But we have 5 red lights, and we are underway for the finale of Season 5 in GRS. It looks like Callum Lyons has got a pretty good start, but Fatnek has got an even better one. This is like Silverstone all over again with the 2 McLarens, but it's an Alpine this time, not a Red Bull, as Callum Lyons is still on the inside line going into turn 2. I think he is going to stick it, and he is not fully ahead of Fatnik, who has the inside line going into turn 4. He doesn't push him wide, leaves him just enough space, which gives Callum enough traction because there's no marbles on the outside line, and he just goes ahead of the McLaren. Nice battling there between the two drivers. As we see behind the Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin going side by side into turn 7, I think that is, and he is going to make that overtake stick around the outside. Very impressive there as well by the Aston Martin. So far so good, and so far so clean, not too shabby with everyone. Let's see which tires everyone has picked. and looks like everyone is choosing to trust me with no safety cars. A lot of people going on hards. The only people on mediums are Callum, Fatnik, Busent, Turek and Maestro. It is actually pretty impressive that N4 got a really good start there on the hard compound of tire. I am very impressed by that. Like, he was all on the diffuser of the Alpine. As we already see our first 3-second time penalty with Marek. No, I actually don't know his first name. Of Turek, who gets a 3-second time penalty for track extensions. So, like I said, we are gonna have a lot of track extension penalties as the Aston Martin nearly goes out of the track, and he is trying to catch the McLaren right ahead of him, both on the same compound of tire, as Busen behind the Alfa Romeo has overtaken Mitch Snape before turn 4, where Mitch Snape is trying to go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. He nearly made it stick, but he is on the worst on the worst tire, so his level of grip isn't really the highest. So Busen really doing the job there. I think he also started pretty low. I think he was one of the ones that didn't set the lap time. So he's really doing a good job on these mediums, trying to overtake everyone to not lose a lot of time being cooped up in this huge train between the McLaren of N4 to right behind to Alpine of Bounce here. But I don't know if he'll be able to do it, as we are gonna go on to lap 3. DRS is going to be enabled if you're new to Formula 1. DRS is enabled on the 3rd lap from the beginning of the race, and you get it if you are 1 second behind the car ahead of you. There are designated DRS zones, like the start-finish straight on this track, and basically what you can do in those zones, you can open the rear wing flat to reduce drag. It is drag reduction system, which will give you more straight line speed to work with and maybe try and make a move on someone. As N4 has also gotten a 3-second time penalty, already maybe getting the pressure of I'm the one. He is a second off of the DRS of his teammate ahead of him, so those mediums working wonders in the beginning of the race. But speaking of that, Fatnik also not really being close with pace to Callum Lyons in the Alpine ahead of him, who is currently leading the race. So looks like Callum is just, yeah, he really is just driving very safely. He has a lot of ERS to spare, just not being too aggressive in corner entry. He's really just chilling. Very much chilling, as Mitch Snape is another to get a 3-second time penalty. Already our 3rd guy in the 3rd lap to get a penalty. So if this continues, we are gonna get a penalty every single lap, and I mean, it is gonna make this race interesting at the end to see where everyone's positions will change, as Busent and Dark Wizard have switched positions. Dark Wizard knows his teammate is way faster on those mediums and that he should try and attack the guys ahead on the hards. I'm the one and N4. Speaking of those two, the Aston Martin has clawed himself back closer to the back end of the McLaren. He's not close enough to try and make a move, but still doing a pretty good job. As, speaking of that, N4 makes a mistake into the hairpin of turn 6, I think that is, which has lost him a lot of time and compromised his exit, but thankfully you can defend pretty easily on this track, so he doesn't really have anything to be worried about. But he will be under pressure on this straight. Both of them actually have quite a bit of ERS, so maybe something will not happen, maybe something will happen, I don't know. As there is another guy that got a 3-second time penalty, it is the green racer in the Ferrari, currently in P8. So we are literally getting a penalty every single lap. I am impressed, as we see a huge track extended by Dark Wizard there, right behind. But we are gonna stick with the Aston Martin of I'm the one, using all of the ERS he has at his disposal. Is he going to make this move stick? And that is going to be even before the corner. He is in the podium positions. And for, I mean, He didn't really battle it, but he is maybe trying to do a little switchback going into turn 2. But unfortunately, he is not really showing good pace on those hards. He is gonna have to hope that the mediums are gonna feel way better at the ending stages of the race, and he is gonna have to hope that there are not gonna be any safety cars as well. But of course we are gonna have to wait and see what is going to happen. Let's go a bit behind to this little train of cars with Mitch Snape, the Green Racer, Dark Wizard, all of these guys, as they are having a lot of dirty air. This is not gonna help anyone. And while we are watching this huge train, let me explain the points positions or points being awarded. So they are awarded from P1 to P10 as follows: 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. You also get the point for the fastest lap, even if you are outside top 10, while in real life you have to be in top 10, as we see an Alpine just nearly dying back there. Be careful, mate. And either one gets a 3-second time penalty. That still continues our streak of a penalty each lap. I am impressed. I really hope that streak continues. As N4 has overtaken the Aston Martin going into turn 1. Even the Alfa Romeo had a little look on the Aston, as he also tried to go for a little switchback. As I think he is gonna try to go down the inside. No, he is gonna back out of it. He knows that he has time to spare. He knows that N4 is not really good on these tires, and that they are probably already worn out quite a lot by trying to push for position. So he is trying to play this safe and maybe extend the gap to his teammate. So if he does overtake him, he cannot attack Fatneck, currently in P2, who is 3 seconds behind the leader of Callum Lyons. So very, very impressive there. As we have little mistakes here at the back, a 10th separating quite a few cars. This is gonna be a bit sketchy. The Green Racer being in a Mercedes sandwich, as the Mercedes tried to go down the inside into a corner where you really don't want to be side by side at. And thankfully he backed out. Like, oh my god, you are very risky. Anyone gonna get a penalty? Anyone gonna get a penalty? Turek? Well, that's not a penalty, that's a crash! But Maestro is still alive somehow. I'm gonna count that. Nah, I shouldn't count that as penalty. That would be not really too. That wouldn't make sense. And this is where our streak ends of a penalty each lap. So we went 6 laps with getting penalties each lap. I am impressed. I was joking actually in qualifying that we would get a lot of penalties in this race, but it seems that might not have been such a big joke. That I should have taken that more seriously, it seems. As we see Mitch Snape getting very close to getting another extension there. I think those were already 2 warnings. You really want to be careful on this track. People do seem to run. People are way too confident in the corners, and they just go whoop and fully off the track, just like this Mercedes, which got a penalty. Very nice. You should have done that lap before, so we will continue our streak. And then 4 got a penalty as well. Very interesting. But it seems that MCL is now way closer to the Ferrari compared to previously. He is using GRS. Is he gonna try to make the move? He is not. These people are still wanting to be in this huge train. They are costing each other a lot of time, because the Alfa Romeos, believe it or not, ahead of them are actually pulling away quite a bit. So they really need to do something about it. Mitch Snape is really not showing the pace that he would have wanted to keep the title, the constructor's title, in light, but maybe something's gonna happen when he switches to the mediums, as the Green Racer nearly punts him off the track as he goes fully wide going into turn 7, and MCL had a little look on it, but nothing really could be done there, unfortunately. But he is still very, very close to the Ferrari as he makes a mistake. Actually, not a mistake, that was a really good exit, as the Green Red Racer didn't have that leverage of a good exit, and they are still gonna go side by side going into turn 11. Very close. You don't really want to do that. Be careful, guys. And the Green Racer is outside the DRS. Ooh, that's not gonna be good. He is using the ERS at his disposal, and he is back in the DRS of Mitch Snape. That was very close by the Ferrari. That nearly could have ended in despair, and he would have been overtaken by MCL. Speaking of overtaking, Bouncier is getting very, very close using some of the ERS that he has, and trying to claw himself back with the disqualification that he had in qualifying. Speaking of this disqualification, we still have this huge train, so let's go a little bit back to the positions changes. Boosen 3-second time penalty. Okay, so I'm not gonna count lap 7 as anything. I'm gonna think that lap 7 didn't exist, as we have the Mercedes side by side, Mitch Snape and Arquizzer. This is actually gonna... He actually made it sick! Bravo, I am actually hugely impressed. Around the outside of the Mercedes, not Mercedes, the Alfa Romeo, and he nearly died. Very, very good. But that move was very impressive from Mitch Snape there. Very, very brave. I would not do that. But let's get back to the positions. The most actually being shared between Boosent and the Green Racer, with 3 positions gained from the start of the race, and Maestro being the biggest loser in the bunch, losing 5 positions from the start. Not too good, and everyone nearly has a 3-second time penalty. I'm not gonna count those that don't, but N4 has a 6-second time penalty. So, very nice indeed. Well, maybe not nice for those that have a penalty, but still, yes, very nice. As we nearly have 3 wide between N4, I'm the one, and Boosent, as, ooh, N4 really defending the inside line, with Boosent trying to go around the outside of the Aston Martin, and he is maybe gonna make it stick, and he does track extend in the process. If this was 2021 and Michael Massey was a steward, he would have to let that position back, as I'm the one showed a bit of anger by a little touch of the Alfa Romeo's rear left wheel. Thankfully, nothing came out of it, no damage seems to be apparent on either of the cars, so it still seems to be pretty good. But that was again a pretty good overtake by Boosent from the outside at another place you don't want to overtake. So looks like people are starting to be a bit brave, maybe a bit too brave. Some people are going to die. But of course we are gonna have to wait and see for that, as this chain is showing no means of ending, as Boosent now goes into the podium positions. Very easy overtake there by the Alfa Romeo, and for defending for I am the one, and he is still gonna be ahead. But he got a really bad exit. There was contact between the Aston Martin and the McLaren. Thankfully, again, nothing came out of it, thankfully. But I'm the one really being aggressive here, as Fatnik dies! How did you die there? You had P2 in the bag! I cannot believe this. Well, there goes my prediction of safety cars, that we would not have any, and I said literally in the beginning of qualifying that walls are too far away to die, and there we go, someone dies. I'm disappointed. Oh, very good. As we see Turek, who went on softs for some reason, going again on softs? Is this guy crazy? Probably is. I don't know. But we are gonna see the medium runners definitely going into the pit lane with Callum Leons and Busen going in. Other people followed, hard runners follow them in. Mitch Snape, what are you doing? You're the only guy to stay out. Oh my goodness me, what are you doing? Man, you are going to lose the constructors. Mitch Snape is gonna lose the constructors. Actually, he's not. There are no Williams racing. Who's the third guy in the standings? Alpine? Well, he has the Alpine to take caution of. But I really do think that Mitch has ruined his race completely. Actually, maybe not. I am not sure how far the medium runners can go on the mediums. I'm actually gonna say that they are gonna be near the puncture range at the end. I think it is actually gonna be pretty close. Mitch might not be playing such a dangerous game as I thought he would. But you have to count that with the safety car ending on lap 14, like it being in the pit lane already in lap 14 and us restarting on lap 14, the medium runners can go to the end actually pretty easily. I think Mitch has definitely ruined his race here. But I'm not a strategist, I don't know anything about good strategies, so maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong. You never know. You never know. We are gonna have to wait and see what will happen. But this is indeed gonna be very interesting in the end. I wanted to sing in the end by Linkin Park, but I don't want this live stream to be copyrighted. And there he is going into the pit lane. He realized he screwed up and he is going in. And now Mitch Snape lost all of the positions. And his tires are not gonna be that much pressure at the end by one lap. Pretty good. Very good strategies here by Mitch. But I am gonna be honest, if this was Motorsport Manager or F1 Manager, you would literally probably gain time by going into the pit lane and then going back out. Actually, not F1 Manager, but Motorsports Manager. Because of how fast the pit stops are in that game, if you're running an F1 mod, you literally get... You get a pit stop under a second. And you literally come out ahead of everyone. Like, if you play the Singapore track on Motorsport Manager, if you literally pit under the safety car, or on Phoenix, you are gonna gain positions, not lose them by going into the pit lane. So that's actually a really good strategy. That's a really, really good strategy by just going into the pits and then just going to P1, even with a back marker like mine, which is 6 seconds off of the leaders, while everyone's within a second. So that's very nice. I'm definitely not crying in a corner because of that. I do have my work cut out for myself. But I think we are gonna have a safety car restart on this lap as Turek finally rejoins the train, the safety car train, and let's see, in 3, a 2, and a 1, and we are not gonna restart. Actually, I think this is one of the tracks where it does say it a bit late. And what it does say? It does say it a bit late. Very good. So we are going to restart on this lap. So we are having Callum leading the restart yet again. Boosent really actually getting a lot of positions here by the pit stops. Actually no, only one, because he was in P3. Because of Fatnik dying. Holy poo-poo, what the f happened? Why so many penalties? It's Qatar. You will expect it. Trust me, you're gonna get 15 seconds in Wednesday. As we are off, Callum Leon's is underway, and I didn't mean literally off, as I am the one and MCL went off the track. That's probably gonna be a warning. But it seems to be pretty safe with Mitch going down the inside of the Ferrari of Maestro into turn 1, making it stick. He, of course, has 1 lap fresher tires than everyone here, and Turek, for some god knows what reason, is on softs. I really don't know what he's doing. But it is gonna be interesting how the mediums are going to fare now, going from lap 12 to the end. But they are gonna be pretty less worn because of the safety car, so they might only be in the puncture range at the end and not actually die. But we will of course have to wait and see. I do not know. I'm not a tire specialist. As we already have another penalty. Maki, you know what was actually very funny about this race? We had a streak of getting penalties every single lap, which unfortunately... Actually, no. Nothing happened on lap 7. Lap 7 didn't exist. We had every single lap someone got a penalty. Which is out of this world. Like, this only happens at high-speed tracks like Qatar. I am very flabbergasted. I think that's good. I don't know. As we have another 3-second time penalty by, I think it was Busent. I actually didn't see that. I completely missed it. So yeah, that's a very nice thing to keep an eye out. And like I said, lap 7 did not exist. Lap 7 no one saw. Lap 7 was just a dream. Everyone was dreaming for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And everyone woke up after everyone crossed the finish line. Nothing happened lap 7. I can assure you of that. As Turek dies! Very nice. He is also on softs with the maximum grip. I don't really know how you can die, but... Maestro pen. Ah, it was Maestro, there we go. I'm already getting a headache of all of these track extension penalties, like... This is not good. And there we go, another penalty. But everyone is really keeping it safe. I mean, they do know that they are gonna win on penalties, so they really do not need to battle for any for positions. So I don't know. I think we might see something happening here between I'm the One and MCL, as actually MCL is gonna back out as DRS is yet again enabled, as I Am the One nearly makes contact for the 3rd time. He really likes killing people. This is very interesting indeed. He is Lance Stroll of League Racing. Lance Stroll doesn't really kill people, he only kills himself. He just crashes into the wall so many times that it's ridiculous. I don't know. I'm just speaking nonsense already because this huge train is on the horizon and nothing really is probably gonna happen for the next few laps. That will be you, don't worry. What? I don't get track extensions. When did I get track extensions? Tell me one track where I got track extensions. Never. Lance and Logan would bankrupt any team. I mean, Logan is leading the Destructors Championship, so he probably already bankrupted Williams, but Williams are pretty keen on keeping him for another year, which could be a good choice, but... I mean, what I like to compare Logan Sargent to is Yuki Tsunoda in his first season. Like, Yuki Tsunoda wasn't fast in the first season, as we see MCL nearly going around the outside of I'm the One. Yuki Tsunoda wasn't fast in the first season, and he was also very prone to crashes. Of course, he didn't win the Destructors Championship because Mazepin was there, and Schumacher was there. But if they weren't there, he would have won it with how many times he crashed. And you see how good Tsunoda is now, and consistent. So, I'm kinda comparing Logan to Tsunoda. So, if Tsunoda was able to improve, even in his second season, like, I cannot really remember any crashes that Tsunoda caused on himself or others. So, I really think Logan has a pretty good chance. I think Logan is just really struggling with being promoted to F1 very, very early. And I think he will be pretty similar to that. What the was that corner cut? I was just talking a very nice talk and you just corner cut a full corner! Anyway, Dark Wizard going down the inside of MCL is he going to do this, and they are going side by side, and he made it stick. But oh my goodness me, MCL, oh no, 3 seconds, oh no, Dark Wizard is dead! Oh no! Safety car! Very good. Very good. Why does everyone hate my... what are you doing? Why does everyone hate my prediction of not causing any safety cars today? Well, at least one of my predictions came true with the penalties. Do you want me to go through our co-op what you've done? You do not have proof! You do not have proof! You no have footage! You cannot do anything! I will sue you! Actually, I will not sue you. I don't have any money to sue you. Actually, speaking of suing someone, I've been thinking, I hate politics. And I really don't know how that works. And I probably should not bring politics up, but actually, that's why I'm not gonna bring politics up, because everyone hates politics, I hate politics. This is just gonna become a depressive live stream if we do talk about that. So, where were we with Tsunoda and Logan? Ah, yes. So, like, oh my god, everyone going to... I mean, actually, I kinda expected everyone to go into the pit lane, because those mediums are not gonna go to the end. Maybe Mitch... Maybe Mitch is... well... Maybe... Maybe... I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but... everyone's just keeping it safe. They really didn't lose too many positions. It is hard to overtake on this track, but with the fresher rubber... maybe something will happen. I don't know. Anyway, Logan equals Gotifi. I really don't think so. Like, if you... okay, so let's look at... let's go back to the past. Logan Sargent. It was his first season in F2, and he got P5 in the championship in his debut season. And honestly, that's pretty impressive. That he got P5 in his debut season with... I mean, there wasn't really any competition. What was the competition? Like, you have Teo. I don't think Ayumu was there. I think he only joined this season? I honestly don't keep up a lot with F2. I'm gonna be honest. But his debut season P5, that's really not bad. And like, that's why I compare him to Tsunoda. Tsunoda in his first season of F2 was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. His second season was way better. And then he got... Did he have 2 seasons in F2? I think he got the 2 seasons in F2. Yeah, if I remember correctly. And then he got promoted into F1, he crashed a lot, and then in 2022 and 2023 he got a lot of the consistency and he's good now. That's why I'm comparing... Interesting. That's why I'm comparing Logan and Tsunoda. Logan is showing a lot of potential, in my opinion. It's just he needs to not crash. But I still believe that all rookies should be given at least 2 years. At least, to show what they're capable of. Because right now, the problem with F2 and F3 is that the cars are nothing like the F1 cars. So you can go from F1, from F2 to F1, and literally you're not gonna be able to do anything. Because the cars are so different. Because those F2 cars are still ground effect era. Ground effect era. And they are only bringing that in 2024 in F2 and F3. I think F3. I only know F2. So you cannot really fault rookies for having a difficult time. Oscar Piastri is something different. He's a madman. He is literally God. And he also probably got a lot more running than Logan and Nick DeVries. So I think that's a big reason why Nick DeVries and Logan Sargent were struggling and still are. At least Logan is, because Nick isn't there anymore. Because the cars are not similar at all. Because the F2 cars are still on the side pods and whatnot and blah 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 blah, and not the ground effect. So when you come to F1, especially when it's like a rookie like Logan, who had 1 season in F2, it's even worse. Of course he's gonna crash a bajillion times. Like you have to take that into consideration. And I think that is a pretty big reason why he cannot get used to it, because it's so different to what he's used to drive in F3 and F2. So, in my opinion, 1 more season, see how it is. If not, bin him, get someone else, I don't know who, and then see from there. But enough about that rant. Let's see, Callum, and he's going to restart just like last time, and again, people are going off. 3 people went off into the final corner, like, how can you do that, man? But it seems everything is pretty good, as N4 is actually trying to go for a move on the Ferrari of Maestro. Maestro is actually going to lose 2 positions with MCL trying to go around the outside and making contact with the Ferrari driver 2 times in the entry and the exit, and they crash! Oh no! Anyway, the Ferrari and MCL are still alive. People battling ahead also pretty heavily, but they didn't make any contact. I don't even know what happened there. I think the Ferrari of Maestro just closed the door, just went to turn on the left and just didn't seem to want to have the Mercedes alongside him, just wanted to push him off fully of the track. I really do not know what happened there, but thankfully everyone is still in this chain and everyone is still safe. Latifi knows what the kilometer is. Yeah, he does. When you look at Latifi, he was very good in his first season. He was there. That's what I'm saying. F2 cars and F1 cars were pretty similar. And again, that way. Oh my god, huge crash! And Ford, and Ferrari, and someone, and everyone. Is sidepod damage enabled on this game? Or on this season? I think so, actually. I don't know. But unfortunately, the Green Racer has to go into the pit lane. The Mercedes boys really not having the luck in the final stages of the race. 1 Ferrari dying, the second guy dying. It's really not going well for them. But it's going good for Mitch Snape. Looks like his staying out actually is paying off dividendly. It's paying off very well. Yeah, Latifi knows what the kilometer is. Tell that to Red Bull still worse than Lando. Yes. Yes, of course. Yes. Indeed. So yeah. I stand by my point. Oh, that looked way too close with bounce here, and I'm the one Did we get a penalty last lap? I think we did. I'm gonna say we did. We got a penalty. Actually, I do not count the safety cars. Safety cars are illegal in my counting system. We got, and lap 7 is legal in my counting. We got a penalty every single lap. If my terms are the terms we go for, and we are gonna go by those terms. What am I doing? What am I saying? I've just completely lost my whole mind. As, let's see here, I'm the one actually trying to go for it on Mitch Snape. Mitch is on much older tires than the Aston Martin of I'm the one, and you can see that clearly with Mitch nearly dying there, losing the back end at the exit of turn 2. Thankfully still alive. Still alive. Actually, I'm not gonna sing for the same reason as before. We do not wanna have copyright, as Bouncier nearly punts the Aston Martin as he gets a really bad exit and has been overtaken by MCL, who is gonna try and go around the outside and makes the same move he did before. He's really shown the work there. The reserve, I think he's a reserve. The reserve Mercedes, like really very impressive. He is very brave. I think both Mercedes are. Mitch Snape, I think, also went around the outside into turns 4 and 5. Like, I would never go there. Like, how do you even do that? It's really something you need to be brave for, because you really cannot know if anyone's gonna leave a gap. And I think we might see a double overtake here by MCL. Actually, double overtake from I am the one who just completely goes on the inside of everyone. MCL trying to take that opportunity as well to overtake his teammate, who is still running side by side going into turn 2, and he is gonna overtake him. Jesus, that was very nice to capitalize on the opportunity from the Aston Martin. Very nice. I'm impressed. Like, his straight line speed just came out of nowhere. He is definitely gonna stay in the podium positions if actually penalties. Oh my goodness me, he is not gonna stay in P3. He is definitely not gonna stay in P3. Very good. He is gonna drop even to like P8. No, actually, I am serious. He is actually gonna get in P8 with 12 seconds of penalties. Oh my god. What are you doing, mate? He is even more track extending. Well, at least MCL is also getting track extension. What am I watching? But honestly, overall, for standards of F3, this is very clean. We've only had like one major crash with N4 and the Ferrari of the Green Racer. Like that was only really, that was the only really huge crash that we've had, because the two safety cars we did have were caused by people just dying by themselves. As we have another penalty, I missed who it was for, but it's probably for everyone. Go Mitch Wood, go Mitch Wood, yes, Marky Root. Actually, how many penalties does Mitch have? 3. He is definitely gonna get a podium. Like, P2 is definitely on the cards, and if he goes P2, that's Constructor is in the bag. Constructor is definitely in the bag. He is gonna be a little bit under pressure by Actually, he's not gonna be under pressure by Busent. He is on even older tires than Mitch, even though he is on hards. The hards and mediums do wear out quite equally. But Busent is getting closer and closer. Mitch has lost the DRS, so anything can still happen in these final stages of the race. It is lap 26. Callum is still leading this race, nearly leading every lap. actually leading every lap if we don't count the safety cars. And yeah, very impressive by Callum. He is probably gonna win the race if things stay as is, if he doesn't get another penalty. Even if he does, I think Mitch is probably gonna move out of the 6-second window. I don't know. But what I do know is that my voice is already gone from the screaming. But yes, 4 laps are remaining in the race, and we have a huge train here for P1 between Callum, IM1 and MCL. And unfortunately, penalties are a factor here, so only this will show on track. And I think Mitch Snape is actually gonna be desperate here. Or not, actually, that's 9 seconds. I thought MCL had 6 seconds. Well, I'm the one is doing something. 15 seconds. 15 seconds of penalties. And you're P2. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Like, I'm the one has ran a very good race, but just the penalties. If he stayed out of trouble, just stayed within the track, that would have been so much better for him. But hey, I don't mind. It's gonna be a double Mercedes podium, and Boosint is gonna be P4, Bouncier is gonna be P6. But it is unfortunate for I'm the one. But MCL, he was a reserve, I believe. I think driving in F4, F2. I don't know. I only believe he's a reserve. I actually really do not know. And why does MCL sound familiar? McLaren! He's a McLaren and driving a Mercedes. Oh my god. He's a spy. McLaren spy in Mercedes trying to steal secrets. Oh my goodness me. Report this guy. Anyway. That's gonna be you in Qatar. Nah, that's gonna be you. You're gonna see, I'm not gonna get any penalties. Any penalties. Manuel finished P2 in F4. Very impressive. Like, he's also showing very good pace in F3. Like, if he finishes where he is, and finishes in P2 because of the penalties, he's gonna finish P3 because of the penalties. He's definitely gonna be my driver of the day. Like, a reserve stepping up to F3, a higher division, and still getting the podium. Massive respect. I am very impressed. And yeah, he is... Actually, no! Mitch Snape is doing the work. That's why he's so far behind. Yes, Mitch Snape is a real team player. He's the British Minister of Defense. MCL has 9 seconds of penalties. And Bouncier what am I doing? Bouncier has 3. So with Mitch staying behind, he's extending that gap so MCL can stay in the podium. Smart. Or maybe his tires are just dead. I don't know. Anyway, we are on the final lap of the race. Callum is still leading, but still under pressure from I am the one. Those hards are going to be dead pretty soon, as Mitch Snape is getting attacked by the Alfa Romeo around the outside. Very nice move there from the Alfa Romeo, but now Mitch is only gonna finish P3. He is not gonna get ahead of his teammate if things stay this way. We will have to wait and see until the end of the race. This battle is very interesting as Bouncier has lost control of his car, lost the back end, and he is gone for the fight for the podium positions. It is now all on Mitch Snape if he can get ahead of his teammate in the penalties. But let's see what is going to happen here. He makes a mistake as well, loses the back end, very, very sketchy. He is not really helping his cause. So I think he is gonna stay in P3, which is gonna make MCL's position even better, because Callum Lyons is gonna win the final race of the season, which congratulations to the Alpine driver, but big congratulations to MCL for finishing P2, and Mitch Snape, oh, he actually got him, and Mitch Snape P2 and MCL in P3. Bouncier in P4, Busset in P5, M1 in P6, Maestro P7, N4 in P8, and the Green Racer in P9. With a double podium to Mercedes' name, they clearly take the Constructors' title for Season 5 of F3. Congratulations. Very, very nice. McLaren Skaker Denmark, yes. Okay, so at least one of my predictions came true in the end, which was that there are gonna be massive penalties. My prediction to not have any safety cars didn't come true, which I'm disappointed in, because it really shouldn't have happened, but it is fine, it is fine, it is fine, it is fine. But here is the race director. This is gonna be absolute carnage to watch. Oh my god. This is so much. Anyway, Callum Lyons, congratulations on winning the last race of the season, the Qatar Grand Prix, and congratulations as well to Mitch Snape and MCL for finishing on the podium positions. Bouncier finishes P4, Busen finishes P5, M1 P6, Maestro P7, N4 P8, the Green Racer P9, Dark Wizard P10, Turek P11, and Fatnik P12. My driver of the day, MCL. Surely. F4 reserve, got a podium in F3, started P10. What a job by the Mercedes. Nearly also got the fastest lap, which was snatched only by the Green Racer, because he stopped 3 times. And MCL also boxed 2 times, so MCL definitely my driver of the day. That was a phenomenal performance by the Mercedes driver. And unfortunately, I will have to wrap things up here. I do not have time for a interview, unfortunately, for the final race. Neither am I prepared. I really do not like doing interviews, in all honesty, because I'm horrible at them. So we are going to leave things right here, and yeah, I'm just gonna say some fun few words, and we are going to end the stream. So, I hope everyone enjoyed today's stream and the race. You can leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps us out to provide better content and better races. Sign-ups for Season 6 of GRS are open. Time trials are going to be revealed on Thursday, the day after the PC1 race, so stay tuned for that. The links are in the description for Discord if you want to join us in Season 6. Like I said before, we are switching some things up, but you are gonna see everything if you join the server. There are also some additional links in the description with the Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, so you can follow us there if you could not watch the races fully. We provide the results and some events, major events that happen. We post them on the social media, so you can also follow us there. And yeah, that is really about it. I hope you have enjoyed today's commentary and the race, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed Season 5 of GRS, and we will see you next season for GRS. My name is Kickerlin, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, and stay safe.